Chosen one, you did not stumble into this moment by accident. This is not random, this is not coincidence. Heaven has arranged this divine encounter. You were led here because there is a word for your spirit, a revelation that will make sense of the rejection you endured. You have asked why. You have cried out, "Lord, why was I pushed aside? Why did they walk away? Why was I treated like I didn't belong?" And heaven is answering now. Listen closely. They did not reject you because you were small. They rejected you because they sensed what you were becoming. Your light revealed their shadows. Your growth confronted their stagnation. Your presence whispered of destiny, and it stirred their insecurities. Chosen one, rejection has been the fire that shaped you. It was never the proof of your weakness. It was the prophecy of your strength. Even when you didn't see who you were, others sensed it, and they pushed you away because they could not contain the weight of your calling. The truth I am about to share will open your eyes, but you must stay until the end, because the final revelation is the one most people miss. It is the missing key. It will turn your pain into power. So listen with your spirit, not just your ears. And if you feel the stirring already, seal it with faith. Like this video, subscribe, and type in the comments, "I am chosen." This is not routine. This is an act of alignment, a declaration in the spirit realm that you know who you are. Chosen one, get ready, because what was once your greatest wound is about to be revealed as your greatest crown. Listen carefully. There has always been something different about you. Not everyone could explain it, but they felt it, and so did you. From the earliest moments of your life, you sensed you didn't fully belong. Even when you tried to blend in, something about you stood out. A quiet difference, an invisible separation, a mark on your spirit that shaped every interaction. That sense of rejection was not your curse. It was confirmation. You were set apart before birth. Heaven wrote distinction into your story. And even before you knew your identity, others reacted to it. Some turned cold. Some mocked you. Some distanced themselves. And you carried that loneliness like a hidden ache. But rejection was never about weakness. It was about the invisible seal of heaven on your life. You carried something unseen but deeply felt. Think of Joseph. His coat of many colors was innocent, yet it provoked envy. Favor doesn't always attract celebration. Often it stirs jealousy. You've lived this. You asked, "Why me? Why do they walk away?" The truth, your very existence revealed hidden hearts. Destiny unsettles the insecure. You were not cast aside because you were small. You were set apart because you are great. The mark of heaven distinguished you, and that distinction drew lines between you and others. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1:5. This is not just scripture, it is your biography. This is why rejection followed you like a shadow. Not random, but recognition. Yes, it hurt. You cried at night. You questioned your worth, your beauty, even your existence. You asked, "Why can't I be loved the way I love?" And heaven whispered, "Because you are not ordinary, you are mine." A seed must be buried before it can grow. Soil hides it, presses it into darkness. It looks forgotten, but in truth it is preserved, separated for a future not yet seen. You are that seed. Rejection was your soil. It pressed you, but it also protected you. It kept you hidden until the right time. When doors closed, friendships failed, circles broke. It was not punishment. It was preservation. The rooms you longed to enter were too small for what you were becoming. Every no was a shield. Every closed door was a boundary. Every rejection was evidence of your calling. Do not despise rejection. Honor it as proof. Proof that you were never meant to blend in. Proof that the seal of heaven rests upon you. I know it feels heavy, but rejection is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of revelation. Because being marked means you are destined to burn with a fire that cannot be contained. And if the mark was strong enough to push people away, what will happen when the fire begins to rise within you? The mark set you apart, but the fire, This is what awakens destiny. Even before you understood it, others sensed something burning inside you. Not ordinary passion, not simple ambition. It was the flame of divine assignment, the same fire Moses saw when the bush burned, yet was not consumed. Think of that moment. Moses carried shame from his past, wandering in the wilderness. Then he saw fire. A paradox, a mystery, and that mystery lives in you. People expected your struggles to destroy you. They thought the flames of trial would consume you, but you endured, burning yet not destroyed, marked by fire, preserved by God. For our God is a consuming fire. Hebrews 12:29. This flame is His, burning in you, purifying, strengthening, preparing. That is why some could not stay close. Because fire exposes, fire refines, fire reveals what is real and what is counterfeit. Have you noticed how some pulled away just as your spirit awakened? It was not failure. It was conviction. Your growth reminded them of what they abandoned. Your awakening revealed their slumber, and instead of joining the flame, they retreated. Do not grieve, for fire is not sent to keep everyone comfortable. It comes to transform, to separate gold from dross, truth from illusion, destiny from distraction. That restlessness inside you, that hunger no possession or relationship could satisfy, that is the fire. It refuses to let you settle. It demands expansion, surrender, and rising. Carrying fire is not easy. It means walking into rooms where you are misunderstood. It means losing people who cannot stand the heat of your calling. But remember, the fire of God does not come to destroy. It comes to shape you, to confirm what heaven already declared. You have felt it in prayer. You have felt it in dreams. You tried to live an ordinary life, but something inside cried, "This is not who I am." That is the fire refusing to let you shrink. Do not run from it. Do not try to extinguish it to make others comfortable. Your fire is proof of your identity. It is your inheritance, your signal, your protection. But when fire rises, storms often follow, because every flame attracts wind, and when wind collides with fire, the fire grows stronger. That is why, right after your flame began to rise, storms of loneliness and opposition surrounded you, not to weaken you, but to spread the flame, to prove it could not be extinguished. If the mark separated you, the fire defined you. And if the fire revealed you, the storm will refine you. Are you ready to understand the storm? The season where isolation felt like abandonment, but was actually preparation for elevation. Because next, we step into the storm together. If the fire revealed you, the storm refined you. And storms are never gentle when sent to prepare destiny. You know this storm well. The season where friends disappeared. Family didn't understand. You sat in silence and wondering why doors closed and heaven seemed quiet. This was not abandonment. It was placement, like Jesus in the wilderness. Jesus, full of the Holy Spirit, was led into the wilderness. Luke 4:1. Notice, he was not led there by accident. He was led there by the Spirit. Isolation was not a detour, it was the divine route. So it was with you. The wilderness became your classroom. Silence became your teacher. Loneliness became the furnace where faith was purified. I know it felt cruel. You watched others celebrating, connecting, advancing, and there you were, hidden, misunderstood, stripped of companionship. You cried, "Lord, why me? Why so alone?" And heaven whispered, "Because you must walk with me first before you walk with men." Storms of isolation strip away noise. They cut false attachments. They expose what cannot remain. And in their wake, clarity emerges. Think of Elijah. After fire, after earthquake, after wind came the gentle whisper. And in that whisper he encountered God. So too in your storm came whispers, not loud but holy. They told you, "You are still mine. You are not forgotten." But yes, the storm hurt. Nights were long, silence was heavy, and you doubted survival. Yet here you are, still standing, still listening, still marked. The storm did not destroy you, it positioned you. It stripped away what was fragile so only the eternal remained. Isolation was heaven's strategy. If you had stayed in those circles, you would have lost yourself. If doors had stayed open, you would have settled for less. If people had stayed, you would have leaned on them instead of God. Rejection in the storm was redirection. Every loss carved out space for divine replacement. Every silence tuned your ears to heaven's whisper. Every closed door forced you toward the one only He could open. Think of the disciples. Before Pentecost fire, they were locked in an upper room, hidden, waiting, isolated but not abandoned, silent but not forgotten. And when the storm of waiting finished its work, the Spirit came like rushing wind. So too with you. Your upper room season is not wasted. Your hidden place is not a prison. It is a womb, a place of formation, transformation, and rebirth. Your storm was not against you, it was for you. Heaven saw every tear, every prayer, every choice of faith over despair. And because you endured, you carry weight now, authority, the fragrance of one who has walked with God. If storms isolate, mantles elevate. And what comes after isolation is the weight of the mantle. Your storm has ended. The wilderness has done its work. Now heaven is about to place something on your shoulders that explains everything you lost. Are you ready to carry it? Are you ready for the mantle that rejection prepared you to wear? Because next, we step into that revelation. The storm stripped you. The wilderness tested you. And now heaven clothes you with the weight of the mantle. Do you understand what that means? A mantle is not just a covering. It is evidence of divine assignment. Heaven's seal resting on your shoulders. Think of David, overlooked by his brothers, forgotten by his father, left with sheep while others stood in line. But when Samuel arrived, the oil would not flow until David appeared. The one dismissed was the one appointed. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. 1 Samuel 16:7. David was anointed in secret, carrying destiny while still smelling like sheep. In the same way, your mantle rested upon you long before others recognized it. This is why rejection came. Because mantles are heavy. Because they provoke resistance. Because they reveal distinction. You felt it, the sense of carrying something bigger than yourself. A weight that makes you restless in ordinary places. A pull that keeps you from blending in. That is the mantle. Invisible to the eye, undeniable to the spirit. A mantle is both gift and burden. It carries glory and responsibility. It brings favor but also opposition. It attracts divine opportunity and spiritual warfare. This is why your path has been different. The pressure sharper. The rejection deeper. The mantle requires strength forged in fire. Picture this. A cloak woven in heaven's loom. Each thread spun from nights of prayer, tears in silence, and battles fought in secret. When it rests on your shoulders, it declares, "This one has been tested, refined, marked." Others sense it even when they cannot name it. Some respect you without knowing why. Some resist you without reason. They respond to the mantle, not just the person. But the mantle is not for you alone. It is for those tied to your obedience, for generations waiting for your yes. Think of Elisha. When Elijah's mantle fell on him, he burned his plow and slaughtered his oxen. He could not return to his old life. The mantle demanded everything. So it is with you. Once it rests, there is no going back. Yes, the weight feels heavy, but you are not carrying it alone. Heaven strengthens those it clothes. The Spirit empowers those it anoints. The God who placed the mantle will also give you strength to walk in it. Rejection was your training ground. Loneliness was your classroom. And the mantle is your graduation. Proof that nothing was wasted. Every tear became thread. Every prayer became fabric. Every rejection became evidence. But remember this. When mantles rest, resistance rises. David's oil stirred Saul's jealousy. Elisha's cloak drew questions. And your mantle will attract opposition. This is not to destroy you, but to confirm you. Resistance proves responsibility. Weight always draws pressure. Your mantle is real, and the question now is not, why was I rejected? It is, how will I carry what I've been given? For as heavy as the mantle feels, it is also a mirror. It shows you who you are, and shows others what they abandoned. And that mirror is what we must face next. The mantle is not only a covering, it is also a mirror that reflects light into places others tried to keep hidden. And this is why resistance rises. It is not always about who you are. It is about what your presence reveals. Like light breaking into a darkened room, shadows scatter, hidden things are exposed, and those who lived in the dark grow restless. This is what happens when you walk in. Even silent, your being becomes a mirror. It happened with Jesus. The Pharisees could not deny his wisdom, his miracles, his authority, yet they resisted him. Why? His presence exposed the emptiness of their religion. His light revealed cracks in their system. So it has been with you. People resisted you, not because you were wrong, but because you were right. Not because you lacked value, but because you carried too much of it. Your fire revealed complacency. Your growth confronted stagnation. Your awakening disturbed their slumber. They looked at you and saw the version of themselves they abandoned. Instead of celebrating, they resented the reflection. That is why some betrayed you, lied about you, or pushed you away. It was not personal, it was spiritual. Everyone who does evil hates the light and will not come into the light for fear that their deeds will be exposed. John 3:20. You have lived this. You became light without trying, and light will always be resisted by those clinging to darkness. So do not carry bitterness. Their resistance is not your prison, it is your confirmation. Proof that you are shining. Think of Stephen. As he stood before the council, his face shone like an angel. His words pierced hearts, provoking rage. They chose violence instead of repentance. Yet heaven opened for Stephen. Revelation, not resistance, had the final word. So too with you. When they resisted, heaven applauded. When they spoke against you, heaven was speaking over you. When they diminished you, heaven increased you. The mirror you carry is not meant to shame, it is meant to awaken. But not all respond with humility. Some respond with hostility. Do not mistake hostility for failure. It is proof of reflection. What you reveal in others is often prophecy of what you carry. If your presence exposes jealousy, you walk in favor. If it awakens resistance, you carry authority. If it convicts, you walk in truth. So do not dim your light to make others comfortable. The world does not need silence. It needs your shine. Yes, it hurts to be resisted by those you loved. It wounds when friends turn cold, when family doesn't understand, when community pushes you away. You wonder if you are too much, if rejection means you are wrong. But rejection in response to reflection means you are right. The enemy does not fight what does not threaten him. Resistance is proof of relevance. Every mirror you carried in silence is about to become your crown in public. The reflection that provoked hostility will attract honor. The light that drew resistance will soon bring recognition. What was once your wound will become your witness. Here lies the final revelation. Rejection was never a curse. It was coronation in disguise. Behind every no, behind every resistance, heaven was weaving a crown. And that hidden crown is what we must uncover next. Rejection was never your ruin. It was your coronation in disguise. Every no, every back turned, every path shut was shaping something eternal. Your hidden crown. Crowns are not forged in comfort. They are born in silence, shaped in shadows, molded through trials and rejection. Think of Jesus. Soldiers twisted thorns into a crown, pressing it onto his head. To the world, it looked like humiliation. To heaven, it was enthronement. Defeat became the pathway to glory. So it is with you. Your crown did not come through ease, but through tears, through rejection, through lonely nights when you whispered, "Lord, I cannot bear this." And yet, you endured, because heaven was shaping royalty in you. I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. Romans 8:18. This is your story. The pain was not meaningless. It was the hammer and chisel carving your crown. You are crowned not despite rejection, but because of it. Every person who left made space for honor. Every betrayal polished the jewels of authority. Every closed door positioned you for the one only God could open. The heartbreak did not break you down, it built you up. Every wound became a jewel. Every scar became a stone. Every tear became gold. You thought you were abandoned, but you were being adorned. You thought forgotten, but you were being prepared. Soon the crown hidden within will no longer remain unseen. Like Joseph, rejected and sold into slavery, yet lifted to a throne in Egypt. His rejection was his redirection. His crown rose in the very land of his pain. So too with you. The places of wounding will become the places of honor. The ones who underestimated you will witness your rising, and the testimony of your crown will reach those tied to your destiny. But remember, a crown is not decoration. It carries weight. It declares, this one has endured. This one carries authority. That is why it was hidden until now. Heaven waited for you to grow into its weight. And now, after rejection, fire, storms, and isolation, you are ready to wear it. Do not despise your scars. They are not shame. They are signatures. Proof you paid the price to carry what heaven places on you. The crown is not only reward, it is prophecy. It points to who you are becoming, not just who you are. It transforms vision. Once you see yourself crowned, you can never see yourself as rejected again. Your hidden crown is about to be revealed, and when it is, nothing from your past can define you. Rejection will no longer sting. Loneliness will no longer bind. Pain will no longer overshadow purpose. Your crown will silence every lie and confirm every promise. But there is one more revelation, the final truth, the one most overlooked, the one that turns pain into power. Are you ready? Because next comes the unveiling. Chosen one, here it is. The truth heaven has been pressing into your spirit from the very beginning of this message. They rejected you because they saw what you were becoming. Not the broken version, not the silent version, not the diminished version, but the crowned version. The version of you heaven had already prepared. You see, rejection was not against you. It was for you. It was not the enemy having the last word. It was God redirecting your steps. Every no you heard was actually a heavenly, not here, not now. Every abandonment was a divine relocation. Every door that closed was the Father saying, that place is too small for what I placed inside you. Beloved, you were never unworthy. You were never too much. You were never forgotten. You were hidden, preserved, prepared, and now you are revealed. This is the mystery most chosen ones miss. Rejection is not a wound. It is a crown. It was never subtraction. It was multiplication. It was never abandonment. It was preservation. And now, chosen one, heaven declares over you. Your survival was not random. Your rising was not by chance. Your story is a testimony written in fire, and the crown that was hidden is now yours to wear boldly. So lift your head, place your hand on your heart, and declare these words with me. I am chosen. I am preserved. I am crowned. Rejection did not destroy me. It prepared me. Every no became my redirection. Every scar became my strength. And I will walk boldly in the identity heaven has written for me. Chosen one, let this be sealed in your spirit. Your pain has become your prophecy. Your rejection has become your revelation. And your crown is now visible for all to see. Now I call you to act in faith. This is not routine. This is not algorithm. This is alignment. If this word has spoken to you, like this video as a prophetic declaration, subscribe, not just as an action, but as a step into this tribe of fire bearers and crown carriers. And in the comments, type these words, 777, I am crowned through rejection. For when you write it, you are not just typing, you are testifying. Share this word with another chosen one who has felt the sting of rejection, so they too may see the crown waiting behind the pain. You did not stumble here by accident. You were led here by destiny. And now, you leave not just informed, but transformed. Chosen one, your rejection was never the end. It was always the beginning. Go forth crowned.